Hello and welcome back to my playthrough of Warcraft 3 The Frozen Throne. Today we're going to be playing through, hopefully chapters 2 and 3 of the Undead campaign. And hopefully it won't take too long. I'm hoping to do it in about, 70 minutes? Anyway, Interlude, a kingdom divided. The next evening, somewhere in the Tirisful Glades, the Banshee Sylvanas arrives at the secret meeting.
Lady Sylvanas, we are pleased that you came.
How could I not? For some reason, I no longer hear the Lich King's voice in my head. My will is my own once again. You Dreadlords seem to know why.
We've discovered that the Lich King is losing his power. As it wanes, so too does his ability to command undead such as you.
And what of King Arthas? What about his powers?
Though his Runeblade Frostmourne carries powerful enchantments, Arthas's own powers will fade in time. It is inevitable.
You seek to overthrow him, and you want my help to do it.
The Legion may be defeated, but we are the Nathrazim. We'll not let some upstart human get the best of us. Arthas must fall.
The Lich Kel'Thuzad is far too loyal to betray his master. But you, on the other hand...
Hate him. I have my own reasons for seeking vengeance. Arthas murdered my people and turned me into this monstrosity. I may take part in your bloody coup, but I will do so in my own way.
I, for one, do not trust her. Her heart is still elven. She will never side with us. Don't be too hasty. She has great spirit, but her hatred for Arthas will ultimately serve our cause.
Agreed. Well, if that's settled, let the festivities commence.
Little bits like Sylvanas explaining why she hates Arthas sometimes make me think that maybe this campaign was written just like in such a way that in case you didn't play Reign of Chaos for some reason, you would still know sort of what's going on. Chapter 2, The Flight from Lordaeron. The next morning on the palace grounds, King Arthas and his... I think this is Major Domo. Kel'Thuzad discuss the Lich King's dire warnings. It's either Major Domo or Majordomo. But I think it's Major Domo.
So the seizures have been getting worse?
Yes. With my powers drained, I can barely command my own warriors. The Lich King warned me that if I didn't reach Northrend soon, all could be lost.
Fear not, my king. Everything has been prepared for your departure. The ships are waiting at the coast, and...
There's been a change of plans, King Arthas. You're not going anywhere.
Assassins! It's a trap!
It's a trap! There's supposed to be a gate closing sound
You
effect.
should never have returned, human. Weakened as you are, we have assumed control over the majority of your warriors. It seems your reign was short-lived.
There are too many of them, my king. Flee! Escape from the city! I'll find my own way out and meet you in the wilderness.
All right, Lich. Good luck. Your pain shall be necessary.
There isn't really a good reason for Kel'Thuzad to not stick around, but...
You will know endless
well.
torment.
So Arthas is starting to lose levels.
Frostmourne hunger.
Our master Kel'Thuzad sent us to aid you. Our new skeletal mages will make short work of the rebels.
Very good. We'll need to move quickly and find any others still loyal to me. We're going to need all the support we can get.
What does the shadow do?
It's not really something you can do anything about, but finding as many tomes as possible will help stave off his
The dead shall serve.
Tread lightly.
stat loss.
Finally. This is more like it. Finally.
You will know endless torment.
No one orders me around. Speak, fool. Frostmourne hungers.
Your pain shall be legendary. Or the Lich King. Die.
What is it now?
The restless dead await. Insufficient mana.
Intriguing. Speak, fool.
I'll make sure you suffer.
What is it now? Speak, fool. No one orders me
Inventory is
around.
full.
Ah, at last. What is it now?
What we do?
Speak, fool. Finally. I have need of your abilities, little shade. Will you help me?
I live only to serve you, King Arthas.
What is it now? Frostmourne hungers.
This better be good. As the shadow wills, let darkness guide me.
Tread lightly. For the Lich King. Speak, fool. Finally, Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last.
What does the shadow will?
Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. Finally. Ah, at last. Finally. Frostmourne hungers.
The staff of reanimation will
Your pain shall be legendary. Better be good.
help you bolster
No
your
one
forces, even when Arthas eventually loses access to animate dead.
What does the shadow will? Or the Lich King?
Speak, fool. No one orders me around. Frostmourne hungers.
Not that that'll happen for
This is more
a few
like it.
chapters, but
The dead shall
As the
serve.
shadow will.
anyway, cast Unholy Frenzy and Cripple on appropriate targets to
What is it now?
help get your way through the enemy forces.
Tread lightly. No one orders me around. Tread lightly. Finally.
What does the shadow will?
No one orders me around.
The Treadlords will send
is it?
small attacks
This is
against your flank
Now, Frostmourne.
periodically, and those attacks will get
No one orders me around.
progressively more difficult
Faithless coward.
as you make progress through the
Tread
mission.
lightly. Finally. This is more like it. Ah, at last.
I'll make sure you suffer.
This is more like it.
Your pain shall be legendary.
Speak, fool. Finally. Frostmourne hungers.
This better be. Or the Lich King.
Intriguing. What is it now?
And at least on hard, the enemy loves to try and focus your ghouls down. So either keep a close eye on them, or keep your ghouls back.
This is more like it. At last. This is more like it. At last.
The restless dead await before the Lich.
Speak, fool. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. What is it now? Tread lightly. No one orders.
What does the shadow will? As the shadow will.
Speak. Tread lightly.
The dead shall serve. For the Lich.
No one orders me around. At last. Tread lightly. This is more like it.
By Nerub. The rebels nearly had us, King Arthas.
I would not leave my subjects to be slaughtered by this rabble.
Then we shall stand by you till the end.
No one orders me around.
Now we've got a decent force.
At last. Finally. Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers. Your pain shall be legendary. What is it now? At last.
This area is not really necessary, because
This is more like it.
all you get
No
is
one
50 gold and
Finally.
claws of attack +3.
Tread lightly. This is more like it. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. I'll make sure you suffer. This is more like it. Finally. At last. Finally.
I think that's missing a
Speak, fool.
platform raising up sound effect.
This is more like it. At last. Finally. You will know endless torment. What is it now?
This item isn't as useful as it was in the as it was when you could give it to Illidan or
At
Maiev,
last.
since you won't have any agility heroes in this campaign.
Finally. Frostmourne hungers. I'll make sure you suffer.
Let darkness guide me.
Speak, fool. At last.
The restless dead await. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King.
No one orders me around. Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it.
And the most important item,
No one orders
a
me
staff of
around.
negation.
I have need of you warriors. Come with me. At last. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Tread lightly. This is more like it. The Dreadlord's guards are stationed outside that armory. If we can fight our way past them, we could commandeer the meat wagons held inside.
The shadow.
No
Careful
one-
about the carrion swarm. You don't want to snipe off your necromancers
This is more
The restless dead await.
or ghouls.
Speak, fool.
What we
Tread lightly. At last. Your pain shall be legendary. Frostmourne hungers. At last. Frostmourne hungers. What is it now? This is more like it.
I call upon your loyalty.
Will you serve me? Finally, some firepower. These will help us with the main gate's defenses. Tread lightly. What is it now? Frostmourne hungers. Tread lightly. This is more like it.
What needs revealing? Our forces are under attack.
Speak, fool.
I shall be your
No
eyes.
one orders me around.
What does the shadow will?
Tread lightly.
This better be good. Let darkness guide me.
No one orders me around. Finally. What is it now?
You can regenerate your meat wagon's health by keeping Arthas around them.
The restless dead await. As the shadow wills. Intriguing. The dead shall serve. As the shadow wills.
Tread lightly. Speak, fool. This is more like it. Tread lightly. No one orders me around. Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers.
What needs revealing?
And be careful, some areas
At last.
have
For the
shades that
Lich
will,
King.
if
Frostmourne
you just
hungers.
run your shades in, they'll
No one
get
orders
killed.
me around. At last. What is it now? Finally. At last. Speak, fool.
Our
Frostmourne
forces are under attack.
No one orders me around.
Your meat wagons automatically generate corpses for
What is it now?
you to use.
At last. Speak, fool. This is more like it. At last.
This better be good. For the Lich King, what does the shadow will?
Tread lightly.
The dead shall serve.
No one orders me around. This is more like it. What is it? Frostmourne hungers. Tread lightly.
Must be limit.
What is it? Speak, fool. This is more like it. Finally. This is more like it. Tread lightly. Finally.
The restless dead await. Intriguing. Insufficient
No
mana.
one orders me around.
This better be good. Our forces are under attack.
Speak, fool. Frostmourne hungers. What is it now? At last. This is more like it. At last.
You'll notice there's a circlet of nobility here, but you can't pick it up from this side.
Speak, fool. No one orders me. Tread lightly. Finally. Frostmourne hungers.
At this point, I like to have the ghouls pick up the rear guard.
At last.
If you use them on the front, they tend to just get killed.
This is more like it.
So at this point, you'll find a shop, and you'll have to decide
What is it now?
what item you actually want to dump. I'm going to get rid of the Gauntlets of Overstrength.
At last. No one orders me around. What is it now? Tread lightly.
Our forces are under attack.
You there. Will you not stand by your king? No one orders me around. I'll make sure you suffer. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. At last.
There's a Pendant of Energy here. I'll drop the Mantle of Intelligence for it.
This is Frostmourne hungers. At last. Tread lightly. This is more like it. No one orders me around. Frostmourne hungers.
The restless dead await. Or the Lich King.
Speak, fool.
Make your choice.
This better. No one orders me around.
What does the shadow do?
What is it? Speak, fool. Frostmourne hungers. These piles of corpses will serve us well. We can reanimate the bodies and bolster our forces as we move. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it.
There's a minor replenishment potion here if you need it.
This is more like it.
And in order to get that Circlet of Nobility, you'll need to use your meat wagons, or ghouls, to take down these trees.
Tread lightly. At last. This is more like it. What is it? No one orders me around. Speak, fool. Faithless coward. Finally. Tread lightly. Speak, fool.
The gold isn't really that important, it's exclusively used to buy things from this shop.
No one orders me around. At last. Frostmourne hungers.
If you
For the Lich King.
want, there's a Rod of Necromancy up here,
Tread lightly.
but
Now, Frostmourne.
all that does is same thing your Necromancers do, except
This is
worse
more
because
like
it doesn't include a Skeletal Mage.
At last. Frostmourne hungers. At last.
There's an Ice
What is it
Revenant
now?
here that you can
Frostmourne
summon.
hungers. Speak, fool.
Much like the one
Finally.
you get
This is
from
more like it.
Little Timmy
At
from
last. Finally.
that shop on the previous mission.
The dead shall serve. Let darkness guide them.
Intriguing. No one will.
Flesh Golems are actually alive, so
Speak,
Forces are under attack.
can actually death coil them, unlike most things in this mission.
Speak, fool. No one orders me around. Ah, at last. Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers. You will know endless torment. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Ah, at last.
My sight is yours. I go on.
No one orders me around.
The restless dead or the Lich King.
What is it now? Finally. Ah, at last. This is more like it.
What does the shadow will?
No one orders me around.
The dead shall serve.
What is it now? Frostmourne hungers.
For some reason, you can get another Revenant here.
At last. This is more like it.
It's weird.
Frostmourne hungers.
I don't know why they put two of them so
Now,
close to each other.
Frostmourne. Finally. Ah, at last. Speak, fool.
The restless dead awaking. Our forces are under attack.
No one orders me around.
The dead shall
This
serve.
is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Tread lightly. What is it now? Tread lightly. Finally. Ah, at last. This is more like it. No one orders me around.
What does the shadow will?
Tread lightly. Speak, fool.
This better be.
No one orders me around. You will know endless torment. Frostmourne hungers.
And if you have
I'll make sure.
2 Shades, 7 Ghouls, and 3 piece of Abominations, Crypt Fiends, and Necromancers, then you found
No one orders
all the
me around.
rescuable forces in this mission.
Finally. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers.
What needs revealing?
Tread lightly. Ah, at last. Finally.
Your pain shall be legendary.
No one orders me around. Frostmourne hungers. What is it?
What does the shadow will? Or the Lich King?
Speak, fool. Ah, at last.
The restless dead await.
No one orders me around.
Our forces are under attack.
What is it now? Finally.
Our forces are under attack.
No one orders me around.
And at this point, it doesn't really matter which way you
This is
go.
more like it.
It's a split path, but the paths
Frostmourne
are
hungers.
identical
You
for
will
the
know
most
endless
part.
torment.
The only difference might be the placement of a few runes.
What does the shadow will?
Choice.
What is it now? Ah, at last.
The restless shadow waits. As the shadow will. Let darkness guide me.
Dream of life. The time is now. Yes, Master. The time is now.
Speak, fool. Frostmourne hungers.
The dead shall serve.
Tread lightly. At last. Finally. No one orders me around. Speak, fool. No one orders me around. Frostmourne hungers. What is it now? Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Tread lightly. This is more like it. Finally.
The restless horde await. The Our forces are under attack.
Oh, I lost a meat wagon. That's fine, we don't really need them anymore.
Speak, fool. Tread lightly. Your pain shall be last. What is it now? This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. At last.
Small king, no skin. Stay, friend. Feast.
Let darkness guide me.
You land.
Tread lightly.
What we do, we'll see. What's done is done.
No one orders me. This is more like it. Speak, fool.
The restless
last.
dead await. Let darkness guide me.
Tread lightly.
Make your choice. Yes, Master. Friend and terror.
No one orders me.
I'm playing this pretty sloppily.
Finally. This is more like it. Frostmourne hunger.
Proceed.
Tread lightly. Speak, fool.
You ran. Time is
Tread
now.
lightly. Finally.
Make your choice.
What is it now? At last. Frostmourne hungers. Speak, fool. Tread lightly. At last.
Must be.
Speak, fool. This is more like it. At last. Finally. What is it now? No one orders me around. What is it now? Frostmourne hunger.
You're better off, like, pulling the troops out, rather than, like, pulling the enemy troops forward rather than just charging in like I did.
Now, Frostmourne. At last. You will know endless torment. No one orders me around. Speak, fool. Finally. At last. We have no time for this. We must find our way out quickly. You have my thanks, ladies. But where is your mistress? Where is Sylvanas?
She sent us to find you, Great King. We've come to escort you across the river. Once we cross it, we'll take refuge in the wilderness.
And that's that mission. Another thing you can do is use your meat wagons to fire over the gate to where the last enemies are, and they won't be able to attack you with their melee troops. But yeah, just unlike what I did, don't just like charge in, and instead form more of a line with your Crypt Fiends and Necromancers in the back and your Abominations in the front, and Death Coil as appropriate. Interlude, Sylvanas Farewell. Moments later, in Tirisful Glades, King Arthas and his Banshee escorts stop to regain their strength.
This is the place, sisters. We'll rest here, great king.
Why here? We've got to find Kel'Thuzad before we...
You have been deceived. Come to my side at once. Obey.
I don't know why they spontaneously die.
Happening here.
Sylvanas.
You walked right into this one, Arthas. It's time to even the scales.
Traitor! What have you done to me?
It's a special poisoned arrow I made just for you. The paralysis you're experiencing now is but a fraction of the agony you've caused me.
Finish me, then.
A quick death? Like the one you gave me? No. You're going to suffer as I did. Thanks to my arrow, you can't even run. Give my regards to Hell, you son of a bitch.
Back, you mindless ones! You shall not fall today, my king.
Only skeletal mages are that good, normally.
This isn't over, Arthas. I'll never stop hunting you.
The effect of her arrow will wear off in time. All the preparations for your journey to Northrend have been made.
You have been a loyal friend, Kel'Thuzad. I don't know what the future holds, or if I'll even return. But I want you to watch over this land. See to it that my legacy endures.
I shall, King Arthas. I shall.
I appreciate that they're friends with each other. It's something that's a little rare to see between villains. On the other hand, Kel'Thuzad basically does nothing while Arthas is away. Like, he just kind of, like, sits back and lets Sylvanas and the Dreadlords, well, we'll see what they do. The Dark Lady. 2 days later, at her base camp in the newly formed Plaguelands, Sylvanas ponders her newfound freedom and her future as one of the cursed undead.
You seem troubled, mistress.
Aren't you, sister? Only days ago we were the Lich King's slaves. We existed only to slaughter in his name. And now, we are free.
I don't understand, mistress. I thought you'd be overjoyed.
What joy is there in this curse? We are still undead, sister. Still monstrosities. What are we if not slaves to this torment?
They really love using this portal animation. I can't blame them, it's pretty good.
Greetings, Lady Sylvanas. My brothers and I appreciate the role you played in overthrowing Arthas. I've come to offer you a formal invitation to join our new order.
Theron Mothras. My only interest was in seeing Arthas dead. I have no time for your petty politics or power-mongering.
Careful, my lady. It would be unwise to incur our wrath. We are the future of these plague lands. You can either join us and rule, or be cast aside.
I lived as a slave long enough, Dreadlord. I won't relinquish my freedom by shackling myself to you fools.
So be it. Our reply will come soon.
In the form of a strongly worded letter? Probably not. So this is a pretty unique mission.
Why have I been pleases you?
You can only build banshees, ghouls, meat wagons, and obsidian statues. And
Give the order. Done.
what that means is basically we're going to be getting most of our forces from possessing other units.
I wish only to serve.
Let my cries chill the living.
Be ready. Baron Mothras will attack soon. With only our sister banshees and a few ghouls to aid us, it will be difficult to fend him off.
Me back.
Research complete.
Why have I been summoned?
You overestimated me, Dreadlord. Now you're going to pay.
Hold to me.
Research complete.
You don't want to go,
Feel my pain.
you don't want to go crazy on possessing abominations, just because they do cost a fair amount of food, and once you have too many, they start to bump into each other. And make sure you're attacking units lightly in order to wake them up from sleep.
What must I
Show
do?
me a target.
If it pleases you.
It's time to eat.
So there's two enemy bases, the red one up here and the purple one off to the right.
The moment is upon us. Of course.
The tricky part is that they send a lot,
Why have I
like,
been summoned?
they send attacks extremely frequently.
Research complete.
What must I do?
Forest trolls. I hate them even more than those cursed dreadlords. Slaughter them all.
You'll never get us all, witch. Chieftain Zulrog will hunt you down and avenge us.
He's welcome to try, savage.
I know Sylvanas wants me to kill them, but I would much rather possess them.
Who'd you want to kill? Do you want axe? Who'd you want to kill?
I'm here.
And the great thing is that any non-undead troops that you possess will not count. They cost 0 food, so you can stay in no upkeep for much longer than you might think.
Show me a target.
What we do?
What you want?
Our forces are under attack.
I'm here. Push the attack! Done. Show me a target.
Let my cries. What must I do? Yes. I must obey. You brought me back. What must I do? Yes. I must obey. If I must.
These curs were hardly worth the effort.
Our forces are under attack. Under attack.
I'm listening.
Research
The
complete.
moment is upon us. I'm here. Done. I've no time for games.
Call to me. Yes.
I'm listening.
You brought me back.
Who'd you want to kill?
Stand ready.
You call to me.
Get on with it.
Why have I been summoned?
I bow to your will.
For some reason,
Where shall my blood be spilled?
after Sylvanas says these curs were hardly worth the effort, you're, sometimes, I think it might depend on, you might need both Sylvanas and a Banshee to be present in that area. For the Banshee to say the next line, perhaps, but there are more of them out there. And then something like, possessing them could provide us with a way to bolster our forces. Something like that. And Sylvanas says, "How very clever of you, sister." I think she says possessing these lowly wretches, I don't know. She just says that basically possessing them could be useful.
My life for Nezul.
What we do?
Ichuta, Washiwa.
I'm here.
Let my cries chill them. If that is your wish.
Give the order.
Why have I been
Research
summoned?
complete. Thy bidding, master.
I like to keep my ziggurats back so
I
that
gladly obey.
they don't get destroyed, and subsequently block me from producing more units.
Let my cries chill. Call to me.
I wish only to serve.
The goal should be to take out the purple base to the right as quickly as possible.
Summoning is complete. Summoning is complete.
What we do?
What must I do?
Get on with it.
Unfortunately, you can't get attack or armor upgrades for your crit fiends, which makes them much less appealing for possession purposes.
We done waiting.
Where will attack?
I'm here. It's time.
You should have joined us, Sylvanas. Your refusal will cost you dearly. What we do?
Give the order. May my aim be true.
This is where having silence
I've no time.
skilled up really comes in handy to prevent these
Brought me back.
necromancers from summoning skeletons.
Where shall my blood be spilled?
Call to my cries chill. If that is your wish.
Ichuta.
Show me a target. Of course.
You brought me back.
What you looking at? What we do?
I'm here.
We done
Why have I been summoned? Hi. If I must. Why have I been summoned?
Show me a target.
Call to me.
I'm here. I've no time for games.
Take your time. Look around.
I'm listening. The moment is upon us. Show me a target. I've no time for games.
Get on with
I'm
it.
listening. Give the order.
Call to me.
Show me a target. Of course. The moment is upon us.
Why have I been yes? You call to me. Hi. You call to me. I must obey.
Give the order.
What must I do?
I'm here. I've no time for games.
Possessing the enemy defenses of this space is a great way to remove those defenses while also
The moment is upon us.
bolstering your attack force.
What we
I have no time for games.
What must I do?
Our forces are under
Those forces have arrived. Why have I been
Show me.
called to me?
my life for Nezul.
If you're lucky, the enemy attack will destroy like a building and retreat. If you're not so lucky, I did leave behind some
Why
banshees
have I
to
been-
possess their abominations and reduce the severity of their attacking force.
I'm listening.
You brought me back.
I'm here.
You called to me.
I wish only
And of course, I could
I'm listening.
You brought me back.
my life for Nezul. Yes, Master. My fate is
I could
sealed.
fairly easily have sent some of these forces back to deal with it, and I had some towers upgraded.
I'm here.
You called to me.
Show me a target. I'm listening. It's time to even the scales.
There's a +1 strength item in here. It's not really worth it.
Of course. Show me a target.
You brought me back.
Summoning is complete. Thy bidding, Master. Thy will be done.
And this is also a very safe location to expand to.
What must I do? Why have I been summoned?
I'm here.
I bow to your will.
Show me a target. I've no time for games. Done. I've no time for games. It's time to even the scales. Of course. I've no time for
Research
games.
complete.
Push the attack! The moment is upon
Again, a
us.
Staff of Negation is always very helpful.
It's time to even the scales.
Summoning
Done.
is complete.
I've no time for games. These bandits will serve me well. Let's find their ringleader and steal his mind.
More gold is required.
Activating this side quest will give you vision of the bandits and can help you see Veramothras' attacks coming.
The damned stand ready.
You brought me back.
Here.
Let my cries chill.
Stand ready. I wish only to serve. Stand ready.
You brought me back. If it pleases you.
Research complete. What you got? Smoky. The damned stand ready.
Let my cries chill the living.
Sure.
What we do?
Stand and deliver. Smoky. Sure.
I'm listening. I'm here. I've no time for games.
Where shall my blood be spilled? My fate is sealed. Should I mess someone up?
I'm listening.
We done waiting.
What must I do? Yes. If I must. If it pleases you. Yes.
What we do?
Let my cries chill the living.
I'm here.
You call to me.
It's time to even the scales. You scheming brothers can't help you now, Veramothras.
Must I do? Why have I been
Listening. I've no time for games.
We done waiting.
brought me back? If it pleases you.
I bow to your will.
What we do?
Give the order.
Personally, I prefer to wait until Sylvanas reaches
What must I do?
level 6 in order to do the side quests.
Why have I been summoned? Yes.
I'm listening. The moment is upon us. Of course.
Our
Those
forces
mangy
are
gnolls could bolster our forces.
Who'd you want to kill?
That's
You
weird.
called to
Looks
me.
like some of the
If it
attack force
pleases
was lagging behind.
Show me a target.
Why have I been summoned?
Thy bidding, master. I gladly obey. My fate is sealed.
You brought
I'm
me
listening.
back?
Of course. I've no time for games. Of course. Done. Of course. I've no time for games.
What must I do?
I like to possess the gnolls with
Show me
ranged
target.
attacks here. If you destroy this blacksmith,
I'm listening.
you'll find a rune of fortification,
Of course.
or a glyph of fortification, I should
The
say,
moment is upon us.
which will boost the durability of your buildings by quite a bit.
I'm here.
If you see a squad of necromancers moving out, they might have,
Of course.
well actually I don't
It's
even
time
see
to
any
even
meat
the
wagons with them.
scales. Done. Let none survive. I've no time for games. Give the order. Of course.
Why have I been summoned?
I'm here.
What must I do? Why have I been summoned? If that is your wish, you call to me. If it pleases you. that is your wish.
I'm listening.
Who'd you want to kill? The damned.
Give the order. Done. Of course.
You
Show
brought
me a
me
target.
back. Yes.
Give the order.
What must I do?
I'm here. The moment is upon us.
Hi. If it
Show me a
pleases
target.
you.
Done. Of course. Done. The moment is upon us.
Back, you dead! No one trespasses on our territory.
Will someone please steal his mind and be done with it? I'm listening.
And now we have a bunch of gnolls.
Give the order. I'm listening. Push the attack! Give the order. Done. May my aim be true. Of course. I've no time for games. I'm listening. Done. I've no time for games. I'm
Our
here.
forces are under attack.
I must back.
I do. What you got?
What must I do? This pleases you.
Show me a target.
Foolish banshee. You think you can match the might of a dreadlord?
Our forces are under attack.
Stand and deliver.
Show me a target. It's time to even the scales.
Why have I been summoned?
I'm listening.
Where shall my blood be spilled? Yes, master.
You call to me?
Show me a
So now
target.
that Sylvanas is
The
level
moment is
6,
upon us.
What must I do?
What you want?
I'm here. Of course. The moment is upon us. It's time to even the scales.
to run past all these guys straight to the bandit leader.
Show me a target. Of course. I've no time for games. You may as well surrender now, cretin. You'll be my slave, one way or another.
Never. Lady Sylvanas is master here. We fight for her, brothers.
My own band of assassins. Intriguing. Of course. Show them no mercy. The moment is upon us. May my aim be true.
You can purchase units from the mercenary camps, but they will cost food.
Done. I've no time for games.
Get on with it.
Give the order.
You reclaim our Good.
What you got? I'll check it out.
What is it? What? You require my assistance? Fine.
Show me a target. Of course. The moment is upon us. Done.
Our
It's
gold
time
mine
to
is
even
nearly
the
empty.
scales. Push the attack!
Stand and deliver. Get him!
Give the order. May my aim be true.
Should I mess someone up?
And Charm has a very short cooldown.
Of course. I've no time for games. It's time to even the scales. Let none survive.
This is just agility plus 1.
I'm listening.
What you got?
I'm here.
Stand and
order.
deliver.
Of course.
What you got?
It's time to even the scales.
What must I
Stand and
do?
deliver. What you got? Should I mess someone up?
Call to
And you'll notice that even after just one of the
Why have
just one of the side quests, you now have a gigantic army.
I'm here.
call to me?
Show me a target. Give me I'm here.
What you got?
I'm listening. I'm here.
You call to me? If that is your wish.
Give me
What must I do? Must obey.
Mess someone up.
Come and face me, Dread Lord. Are you afraid?
If I were Vermoffice, I'd be like, oh crap. Where'd you get all these bandits from?
I'm here. Show me a target.
Why have I been summoned?
Stand and deliver.
Our gold mine has collapsed.
Should I mess someone up?
I'm listening. I'm here. Show me a target.
You brought me back.
I'm here.
What must I do?
I'm listening.
Why have I been summoned?
Stand and deliver.
You brought me back. If I must. What must I do?
You can basically just A-move and win.
Give me order.
Why have I been summoned? I must obey. If I must. Yes.
Our forces are under attack.
What you got?
What must I
Should I mess someone up? Sure.
What you want?
Our forces are under attack.
What you got?
Who'd you want to kill?
Well,
You call to me?
What you want?
our forces are under attack.
I'm here.
Should I mess someone up?
What must I do?
And if you take out all of the temples of the damned and slaughterhouses and the Black Citadel and workers, then you can
I'm here.
prevent. You can basically have destroyed.
You call to me? What must I do? If that is your
Vermoffice's
wish.
base without completing the
I've no
mission.
time for games.
So now I'm free to go clean up the
Done.
rest of the level for items.
It's time to even the scales. Show me a target. That brute must be Zulrug, the troll chieftain.
I must obey.
I'm here. The moment is upon us. I've no time for games. It's time to even the scales. Done.
You want axe? Do you want Iwanga? Who you wanna kill?
Give the order.
Eat you that. What you want?
I'm here. Of course. The moment is upon us. Of course.
Who you wanna
So
kill?
as you can see, Zulrog
What you
has
want?
Entangling Roots, albeit a pretty crappy version of it, True Shot Aura,
You want axe?
and you can get a Forestral High Priest who has these spells.
Give the order. I've no time for games.
Stand and deliver.
Show me a target.
Here's some Murlocs over here. Their stats are still pretty bad, even though they've been buffed slightly for this mission. But the
I'm listening.
Puddle
It's time to
Lord
even the
is
scales.
worth
These
possessing.
slimy wretches could serve us well.
He has Death Coil.
Show me a target. Of course. Give the order. May my aim be true. Show me a target. Push the attack! It's time to even the scales. The moment is upon us. Done. Give the order. I'm listening. Show me a target.
You brought me back.
I'm here. I've no time for games.
You called to
The
me.
moment is upon us.
If it pleases you. If I must.
Who you wanna kill? I love what you got.
Give the order. I'm listening. It's time to even the scales. Done. Give the order. I've no time for games.
Should I mess someone up?
Show me a target. Give the order.
Stand and
What you
deliver.
want? Do you want Iwanga?
Should I mess someone up? Sure. Jump 'em.
I'm listening.
Who you wanna kill? I do it.
So to get to the ogres, you'll want to buy
Give the
a
order.
potion of lesser invulnerability and a scroll of speed.
Our forces are under attack.
What you got?
Do you want axe? Bam!
I'm listening.
Here's a Mantle of Intelligence over here.
The moment is upon us. Done. The moment is upon us.
Pop the scroll of speed.
I've no time for games. The moment is upon us. It's time to even the scales.
When he gets the rock ball, pop the potion of lesser invulnerability.
Of course.
Me warlord Mugthal. Me crush weak dead.
I think not. Feel any better, Mugthal?
Me serve pretty ghost now. Mugthal's warriors serve too.
Glad to hear it. Let's move out. The moment is upon us.
And now you have all these ogres.
Get on with it. What you looking at?
You don't really need them. As you can see, the bandits alone are enough.
I'm listening. It's time to even the scales. I'm here. Done. I've no time for games. I'm listening. Done.
Get on with it.
Show me a target. Show them no mercy. I'm here. Push the attack! The moment is upon us. I've no time for games.
Okay. Okay.
They also don't really have any
Go.
important items in their area, like
I'm listening.
the Ring of Protection +3 in the bandit area.
Stand and deliver.
Get on with it.
Give the order. Done.
Ichuta. I do it.
I'm here.
Should I mess someone up? I'll check it out.
I'm listening.
And that's the mission. As long as you play aggressively, it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Any final words, demon?
Sylvanas, spare my life. I beg you. I can be of service. I swear it.
Just like a demon, you'd sell your brethren out just to save your own skin. I'm listening.
I know what my brother's plans are. I know where their forces are based. Just let me serve you, and I'll help you defeat them.
All right, Varimathras. I'll let you prove your loyalty to me. But be warned, I'm keeping you on a short leash.
And that's gonna do it for this episode. Next episode, we'll be catching up with Arthas. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.